Good day. This is Cast Iron ASMR with 10 VHS movies from the 1980s. And I'm going to cross-reference them with Leonard Maltin's 2009 movie guide, so we can check to see what he rates these movies. Out of 4 is his rating system. Leonard Maltin. Don't always agree with his ratings. I've marked the pages with some of my bookmarks that I make. Surprise, surprise, they're Archie. Oh, this one's actually Josie and the Pussycats. But a new twist is they're French. They're in French, and not just any French. It's French Canadian. I had some digests published in Quebec that I made bookmarks out of. So let's start off the countdown. Count up. They should be in alphabetical order, so it's easier for me to find. Here we have Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is Beetlejuice. Funny story. I just watched this VHS copy maybe a year ago. When did the new movie come out again? Anyway, I thought, we should watch the Beetlejuice. And I found this cassette. And I hadn't watched a VHS in a long time. And then the screen, the video wasn't looking very good. And it became unwatchable. And I thought, oh no, my Beetlejuice has died. And VHS, they don't last forever. That's what I hear. And so we went to rent it online to finish watching it. And then online then I learned there was going to be a new Beetlejuice, and it was coming out right away. I thought, wow, look at that. I didn't see the new one, but there is Beetlejuice. I saw that in the theater when that came out. It was funny. Me and my friend went, and afterwards I thought, man, that was just such an amazing movie. I'm a big fan of Tim Burton before I really knew who Tim Burton was. And afterwards I said to my friend, that movie was so good, it kind of makes me want to be dead. And he's like, what? Okay, here's the Beetlejuice listing. And Leonard Maltin has written it as 2 words, Beetle and Juice, not one word, Beetlejuice. Which, to spell his name in the movie is actually that's the big joke, Beetlegeist, with a G. So Leonard Maltin gives it 3 stars. That's pretty high praise from this guy. Newly deceased couple in need of help coping with the afterlife, and obnoxious family who moved into their home get it in the form of renegade spirit Beetlejuice. Keaton, who pulls out all the stops. Fantastic special effects make this sort of a live-action cartoon. Added treat, Sylvia Sidney as harried caseworker in the hereafter. Great fun and surprisingly good-natured. Music by Danny Elfman, with a strong assist from Harry Belafonte. Oscar winning for makeup, followed by an animated TV series. So there's Beetlejuice. Oh, we didn't really look at my French bookmark. See, on this one, could you even tell? Here's Archie digging in the sand. Oh, he's making a wall to shield Veronica's bikini-clad body from any onlookers, and he's patting in French. But on the next side, Veronica screams, "Aye, Archie!" Oh, look, he looks like he has blonde hair there. Slop, pat, pat, slop, sloosh. Oh, my French is very bad. Je ne veux pas. Oh, delicate, sans bien. She does have very delicate skin. He needs to put on the suntan lotion. All right. So that's our first movie, Beetlejuice. Oh, I didn't see when it came out. I think it was 87. All right, so that's number one. And now, oh yeah, here we go with Crocodile Dundee. Paul Hogan is Crocodile Dundee. They put the quotation marks so the Americans wouldn't think that it was about an actual crocodile, which could be confusing from this back picture, because this was an Australian film that made it big all over the world in 1986. Paul Hogan wrote it, and it was amazing. That's not a knife. Everyone knows that. All right, let's look it up. Here we have the bookmark. Yes, Veronica. Oh, je n'ai pas fraude. Oh, she's flirting with that guy. Wow, what a juxtaposition from one frame. Laissez-moi s'élever jour dans le sable. Okay. Crocodile Dundee, where are you? Crocodile. Oh, Crocodile Dundee. 3 stars. Oh, wow. He's a fan. What do we got here? Laid-back Aussie comedy that became an enormous worldwide hit about an adventurer who shows a pretty American reporter around the bush country, then accompanies her, she's not on the cover, accompanies her back to New York, where is it? Back to NYC, irresistibly simple and old-fashioned, with a sweetness that's rare in modern comedies. Hogan makes his movie debut, also co-wrote the screenplay, reportedly inspired by Tarzan's New York Adventure. So, it was inspired by this movie, Tarzan's New York Adventure, an old black and white movie. I don't know if you ever watched the old Tarzan movies. I had a roommate, and we had like satellite television, so we got like the old movie channel and stuff. And he was watching this. I like old movies, but I'd never watched any of the Tarzan. And he said, "Oh no, I watched them growing up, and they were great. There's Tarzan and Jane." And then later he gets an adopted boy kid, and he calls him Boy. Anyway, a few years ago I got this, and then I watched it, and I was like, "Holy cow!" And I didn't know that he was inspired by this movie, but I thought, "Holy cow! This is like one of my favorite movies." It's better than Crocodile Dundee. Crocodile Dundee is one of my favorite movies. When I just rewatched that, like maybe less than 10 years ago, and I have watched it twice actually, say in the last 10 years, maybe 7 years ago. And I watched it and I thought, holy cow, I forgot all about this. I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, and I loved it then. And I thought, holy cow, I love it now. Anyway, so that was the bonus thing there. So Crocodile Dundee, Smash it. Made the product placement Foster's Lager. Probably made them millions of dollars because it was the beer of choice in Crocodile Dundee. All right. Man, the 80s had so many great movies. So, Beetlejuice, Crocodile Dundee. Okay, what's next? Oh, Dong. Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back. Hi-fi stereo. Now, you're in luck because as much as George Lucas wants me never to see the original version, the original cut of The Empire Strikes Back, with no additional footage, with no story changes, I have it. This thing's heavy. When you stick this in, there's no previews, there's no FBI warning, it's just movie. 1980. There's Yoda. The Adak Whoppers. It's the Adak Whoppers. You're not my father. He doesn't actually say that, apparently. Great movie. I bet he gives it 4 stars. He's a real, I don't know. For some reason, I think Leonard Maltin probably likes to suck up to George Lucas. Oh, here we got little Jinx. What's she saying there? Ça devrait aller. Je préfère un bandage. Oh, I bet it's like, oh, you hurt yourself. Do you want me to kiss it? It's like, no, I really want a Band-Aid. That's kind of funny. On the back, we've got Moose just clobbered that guy. I don't know if that's Reggie. I think it is. Grace au Moose, je suis dans le shit. I don't know what that means, but I think it's like, okay. So, The Empire Strikes Back. Where do we get here? It's going to be the big one. Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. Is that 4? I need my glasses. Maybe 1, 2, 3. That's 4 stars. Well, we all know Star Wars. What's he going to say about it? Smashing sequel to Star Wars manages to top the original in its embellishments of leading characters, personalities, truly dazzling special effects, which earned a special Oscar. Non-stop spirit of adventure and excitement. Story threads include a blossoming romance between Han Solo and Princess Leia, the cosmic education of Luke Skywalker, an uneasy alliance with the opportunistic Lando Calrissian. Lando Calrissian. I don't know why I can't say that. Lando Calrissian. Yeah, Lando Calrissian. And a startling revelation about Darth Vader. Spoiler! He's not black. Alright. Yeah. Full title on screen is Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. I don't know how my older brother knew. Maybe somebody went to see it just before we did, but he ruined it for me. He said Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father, and I was like, no, he isn't. You're lying to me. No. Because there was no internet. I don't know how he knew. But he was right. So, here we got. This is the original, baby. Like I said. You get a box set. You buy the DVD, the Blu-ray. They probably got 200 hours extra footage, but you can't see the version that was shown in theaters. Why not? That's the mystery. Why not? I had that toy. I had the guy. I probably had all these guys. Yeah, I had Star Wars toys. Oh wait, did I have that one? My brother had this one. And I had the green guy. Lizard guy. Alright. Next on... Oh man, yeah, 80s movies. We're rocking. Next we've got F with Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris. With Matthew Broderick. Smash hit by, I don't know what the heck's his name. Yeah, John Hughes. John Hughes movie. Those were also all the movies that I liked in the 80s before really knowing, oh, it's all this one dude. John Hughes. Okay. Recently I saw something with the actor who plays Zach Morris on Saved by the Bell. What's his name? Anyway, he said in an interview that he based Zach Morris off of Ferris Bueller. And like the show did that too, like how he would look at the audience with the timeouts. Alright, let's take a look-see and see what old Leonard has to say. I think he's going to give it 3, maybe 2.5. Okay, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. 2.5. Is that what I said? 2.5. He's not really a fan. Oh, Christy Swanson was in that. She was the Vampire Slayer. I actually watched this one too not that long ago. Oh no, it's coming out. Yeah, so he's going to say something a little trashy maybe. Sag of Cocky Teenager's Day. Heavy-handed slapstick and moody, self-serious ruminations before regaining momentum. He says it starts off extremely funny. Anyway, he was the wrong demographic. Old Leonard, old fuddy-duddy. Alright, Ferris Bueller's. Let's actually confirm. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, 1986. Color, 103 minutes. Oh man, it sounds like it was sick. Alright, you go over there, Ferris. Alright. Yeah, how many of these have you seen? Probably seen all of them, because they're classics. Next we have Ghostbusters. I can't hear you. Oh, it's even... Is it? Yeah, but it's been smushed so much. It's even raised. The ghost part. That was such a famous logo. Look, there's a sticker for $2. I did not pay for this movie, but at one time it was $2. This is the original VHS Ghostbusters. I saw this in the theater. This movie, I'm pretty sure, because it was so unique when I went to go see it, the opening weekend. I don't know that it was opening night. I think it was like the second night. Oh look, it doesn't even come out. The lineup to get in was around the block. It was literally around the block, like away from the movie theater. And it stayed in the theater probably longer than any other movie at that time. Like extended viewing. And so the point is, this movie is how they coined the term blockbuster, because the lineups were going around the block. I mean, they weren't talking about my my town, but all over the world, all over North America. The Ghostbusters, starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis. They don't get top billing at all. Couple more Canadians. All right. When ghosts go on the rampage, only 3 men can save the world. It's Ghostbusters. Yes. PG. Okay, look at this. I gotta like open into it. It's been a while, but I did rewatch this as well. Years ago, maybe like 10 years ago. How do I get this out? Oh, whoa, oh, fancy. No, there's no sticker, is it? Is the sticker in there? Oh, here we go. That's funny. It is, look. I'm not lying. It's Ghostbusters from RCA Columbia Pictures. 1984. All right. Now, I think Leonard Nimoy probably is going to give this 3. Maybe 4? No. What? No, 4 is the top score. He'll give it 3. That's what I think. Here we got Josie and the Pussycats. Aye. I guess that's how they yell in French. Aye. In the early Josie and the Pussycats comics, Alexandra, she had magical powers, like a witch. And her cat knew that. I think the cat had powers too. Very strange. Alright, so Ghostbusters. Just stare at that while I look this up. Ghost Ship, Ghost Breakers, Ghost Dad, Ghostbusters, 3 stars. Okay, the first multi-million-dollar scare comedy about a trio of flaky paranormal investigators who go into business flushing out ghosts and spirits in NYC and find their business booming, engaging, offbeat, even subdued at times. With Murray's flippant personality nicely contrasting Richard Edlund's eye-popping special effects. Great fun all the way. Written by Aykroyd and Ramis, followed by a sequel and an animated TV series. 3, that's pretty good for him. Done cross the beams. I had a friend, childhood friend, and his uncle worked on the special effects, and like, so when we rented it, we had to like watch all the credits and like look for the name, and it was an uncle, but he didn't have the same last name, so we just had it like written on a piece of paper. Very exciting. We're like, anyway, whatever. Okay, oh man, these are all great movies. Next is Schwarzenegger. Predator. Get to the chopper. Oh man. I remember when this came out. I didn't see it in the theater. I would have to snuck into that one. But I did see it on VHS when it came out. And I saw it on a pretty big TV. 1987. Awesome. A creature from another world, and this time Schwarzenegger is the prey. Okay, it's mono. Alright, let's see. What do you think Leonard has to say? That was an amazing movie. Like, he's got to give it 3. I would give that movie 4. I was a fan, like many people in the 80s. I was a fan of the wrestling, and during this time, they highly promoted Predator on the WWF because, what was that guy? One of the wrestlers was in the movie, and then he became a senator. Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse Ventura. And it was funny because on the wrestling, they would always show clips, his clips, like of the wrestler in the movie. Like this was Kilburl. So when I watched the movie, and I'm like, oh, I've seen this part. And like Jesse, he has lines, like in the movie, but he's one of the first to die. Spoiler. All right, let's see. Old Leonard, his rating for Predator. Then, in the 90s or late 80s, when Dark Horse Comics first came out, they made a Predator comic book. I remember seeing that in the comic stores. And I'm like, what? They want like $10 for it like that? That's crazy. And I also thought, anyway, like, what kind of comics is that going to be? Why am I on R's? Oh no, I think I'm on the wrong one. Maybe I missed one. No, that's S. Alright. This will take me a while then. I need to know my alphabet. Postman's Knock. No, here we go. Predator 2. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, 3 stars. Yeah, Jesse Ventura. Man, there were some cool people and cool stuff. Schwarzenegger and his SWAT team for hire are assigned by the U.S. to a delicate rescue mission in South American jungle. But Arnold and his men soon find themselves battling a faceless, ferocious enemy. Sorry, I also have 2 miniseries where it's Predator versus Archie. That's a whole other thing. Battling a ferocious enemy that's picking them off one by one. Solid suspense action film takes time getting started, but emerges a grabber. Followed by a sequel. Yeah. Excellent movie. I was a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. All right. The 80s continues. Oh, and it's John Hughes? Adam Hughes. John Hughes. Adam Hughes is the artist. Yes, a John Hughes production. It is Pretty in Pink. With Molly Ringwald, of course. Who appeared in the Riverdale TV show, just to bring it back to Archie. So noisy. Okay. 1986. It's not Pretty Woman. Yeah, Pretty in Pink. Let's just put that back in there. And the other Brat Pack people, who's that? Andrew something. And Dickie, what was he? He played Lex Luthor, I think, in one of those movies. Andrew McCarthy. And who was that other guy? John Cryer. James Spader. Annie Potts. It's a very popular movie. I bet Leonard is going to give it 2.5 stars. Alright, is this it? Why are we on S? This is Pretty in Pink. This movie, I don't think I saw this one as much when I was a kid. And even now, I don't really remember the whole deal. She goes to the dance, she wants to be with him, but he's a jerk. And he's like, likes to listen to records. They all like to listen to records. Okay, I got the, we'll find it here. We'll find it. Pretty Persuasion. Pretty Village. Oh, if it's a Pretty Village. Pretty in Pink. Oh, he gave it 3 stars. Oh, Gina Gershon is in this movie. Gina Gershon also appeared in the Archie TV show Riverdale. A high school have-not finds herself in a quandary when one of the riches asks her out. It was always in, like, California. And it was always, like, the big class thing. I got money. I don't have money. I'm from the wrong side of the tracks. Okay, her fellow outcast and fanatical devotee, Crier, isn't too happy either. Credible look at growing pains by writer-producer John Hughes. Nicely acted, if a bit slow and self-serious. He likes to call these teen movies self-serious. They were giving the teens a voice. Get with the times, Leonard. All right, Pretty in Pink. That's a nice cover. Looks like it should be on a teenage girl's wall. Oops. Okay. Now this next movie is Prince. Purple Rain. I wasn't a Prince fan. I didn't really listen to Prince. I did not like him. Yeah, but later, yeah, I sort of started to get into Prince a little bit. He was a cool guy. There was the TV show. What was that TV show? New Girl, with that singer. That anyway, and then Prince was in an episode of that, and I was like, "What? What is Prince doing in an episode of New Girl?" Like, you know, anyway. I thought that was very shocking, and then I read, this was like pretty close before he passed, and he said, "Oh, I'm just such a fan." Oh, and what's the singer's name again? She's from She and Him. I can't think of her name right now. Anyway, so he was a fan on a TV show, and then that's Prince Purple Rain. It sizzles. You don't have to be 19 to be uninhibited. What? To be uninhibited fun. To have uninhibited fun at Purple Rain. Purple's my least favorite color. Alright. Let's see. I bet it's going to get a low score. I don't know if that was a bomb. The Prince fans, I'm sure, loved it. I am on S. You know what? Let's just say that Leonard Nimoy gives it a 5 out of 5. Because I don't want to look it up. He's probably going to trash on it. And Prince is cool. Alright. You know what? I don't think I even finished watching this. I just got this like a couple years ago. For free. And I was watching it at work, yes, and I didn't finish watching it. So, I don't know. Alright, we got 2 more left. 2 more films from the 90s. And what do you think it's going to be? We gotta have another entry. And then we're doing them in alphabetical order. Oh, it's our time. Return of the Jedi. What a smashing 80s movie. 87, I believe. I saw this one. I had the toys. There's the Ewok. Oh, Princess Leia in her Princess Leia bikini. Han Solo. I had this toy. I had Jabba the Hutt. I don't think they made a toy of her in that sexy outfit. Search your feelings, Luke. Oh man.